Video walkthrough on a Keystone Raptor. We'll start in the back. Got your backup camera there. The head of the camera is adjustable. You can change the angle of it at. It does use power from the marker lights up there. So the running lights on your tow vehicle need to be on for that camera to be activated. This door, since I don't have the keys right now, this is an electronically locked door. I won't be able to open it to show you, unfortunately. You guys will get the keys when you purchase this unit. Go in here, turn it, you'll hear it unlock. Then you can lower this door. It's on cables and whatnot, so it's easy to do one-handed by one person, but it wouldn't hurt to have a helper. If you're going to use it as a ramp, there's cables you have to unhook to allow it to go all the way down. If not, there's cables that allow it to be in a patio unit. When you use it as a patio, make sure you have these legs swung down and locked in place. Making contact with the ground, give you an extra bit of security. Ladder. So it is a roof you can get on. I do encourage you getting on the roof, checking all your sealing and the roof material itself a couple times a year. All I do is pull these pins, both of them on each side. The ladder then swings out. Let's see if I can't do it right now. Just like so. Make sure you do repin it. Then you have access to your roof. Just be careful when you get on the roofs. And remember, when you tow this, before you tow it, to put your ladder back in the regular position. $50 amp show cord. This is your show cord. It'll be in the unit when you guys receive it. Probably one of the compartments up front. This is what allows all the lights, all the 120 appliances to work. Still on the backup camera thing, pardon me. All the outlets, AC, microwave, any 120 volt appliances, this is what allow those to work. Also, when you are plugged in, the trailer does, the batteries do charge. Here you have your on and off to turn on your fuel pump, as well as your gauge. You can read the fuel gauge. There's no fuel in it now. We don't want to leave fuel in there. If you guys don't realize it could gunk up the system. This is where you would fill the fuel for the generator. So through here. This is where you fill everything up for the auxiliary tank, which is the pump. That's the switch for the pump. And then you open this up. Then you have your pump and nozzle in there like that. So you can fill up your golf carts, your dirt bikes, whatever toys you guys have with you. Right here, gray tank for the rear of the unit. So over here is a gray tank for the rear. You look underneath here. This is where your oops, a little too close. This is where you can hook up your hose to dump everything. All your handles for it are going to be in a different location, unless they're tucked up underneath here. Yep, right there is the handle for it. So just push it in. That is closed. Push it into close, pull to open. Come in here. Vents for your fridge. Just make sure it stays clear. No debris in here. No debris up on the other one. It wouldn't even hurt to pop these off. You just give these a quarter of a turn. Pop this pen off and clean back there every once in a while. Definitely would not hurt. Side seals. They're rubber. Every once in a while you are going to want to inspect them to make sure they're not dry, cracked, or rotting or anything like that. Once you recommend doing a slide out maintenance, you can have us do it or you can do it yourself. All it is we clean them, spray on a seal conditioner, let it sit for a few seconds, and just wipe it clean off. Sauce for your furnace. Just make sure it stays clear. I've seen any debris in there, pick it out. They do make screens for these. I do recommend using the screens. Other than that, it gets hot, so you keep anything away from it. Water heater. So, only thing you guys will have to do when you get it is put your anode rod in. Keep in mind this is used. Once it starts getting about 20% of the material remaining, this stuff will fall off. About 20% of it is remaining. Get a new one. They're like $20, so This will last you a year and a half, maybe two more seasons. This is your anode rod. This is just going to absorb any impurities in the water, and as it absorbs stuff, just kind of breaks away. But this is also your drain plug. 1/16 is the socket size for that. So you stick that in here, get that tightened down, snug it all the way down with the socket. Don't use like an impact or anything, just snug it down. Then as soon as you hook up water, whether it be from your city or turn it on your pump, just start filling this up. This is, I believe, it's 12 gallons. Once it's filled, you can use all your controls on the inside to operate it. If you want to use electric, make sure the switch is on. There's also a control for electric on the inside, so if this is on, it's not actually turning it on. So keep in mind, if you try to turn on electric on the inside and it's not working, this is how you turn it on. Definitely recommend draining it after every trip, just so the water in there doesn't become stagnant. So to drain it, before you pull your drain plug out, open up your pressure relief. Water will squirt out, that's fine. Once it stops squirting out, snap it closed, then you can pull your drain plug. If you neglect to do that first, you're going to get wet. And you don't have to have this access panel off to operate your water heater. In fact, I recommend just leaving it on when you're using it. And here is what I call the water box. Pretty much has all your controls for your water. If your external shower, that's what. Yep, it's all tangled up here. That's what this is. You have winterize right here, on or off. So if you have an old hose, you can screw that into here, cut off a certain length of it, stick that in your gallon of antifreeze, turn your water heater bypass to on, which is to on now. We can turn it off. So it's all ready for you guys to be used. You turn this to on, it's on the bypass, turn that to winterize on, stick your hose in there, stick that in your gallon of antifreeze, turn on your pump. Now instead of your pump sucking from your fresh tank, it's going to suck from that gallon of antifreeze, and then you just run your antifreeze through each fixture. Here is your city water. So if you have a screw hose hooked up to here, and you have this set to normal flow, it's going to be just operating your city water. If you set this to fill, it'll fill your fresh tank up, and once your fresh tank up is full, you turn it back to normal flow, and then you can turn your pump on, and then everything will be pumping from your fresh tank. Just make sure you return that to normal flow. Tank flush, you can stick a hose into here, turn the hose on. There's a sprayer built into your black tank. Speaking of the black tank, this is the drain for the main black and gray up over there. Then when you hook the hose up to there, turn the hose on, it'll flush out the inside of the tank, spray it out, keep the smell from building up. And then here are the handles for that there. Then you do have low points. So when you're winterizing, if you blow out your lines, you can open those up, blow it all out from here. Then you do have a battery disconnect, so that is connected. So the battery is connected to the unit. It's now receiving a charge. In the winter, I recommend pulling your battery in between trips. I recommend disconnecting the battery so nothing unintentionally uses it. Then you do have satellite and cable inputs here. So if you wanted to hook up to satellite, or if you have a cable connection, you could. You can also unscrew this little panel right here. See that? Run all of your wires up through underneath, and then you can close your compartment door, and you don't have to have your hoses and cables and whatnot just kind of laying out. Access to dual batteries. The second one is going to help for your generator. They are connected, so when you plug in the camper, both batteries get charged. Spot for a third one if you'd like to. Controls, your leveling system right there. All your how-to is right here. When we're all the way done, we'll come out and then I'll do the demonstration on the leveling system. But we'll do that last, just so I can stand back and you guys can watch everything move and whatnot. Good information here. This has your gross vehicle weight rating. That's not the dry weight of the trailer. That's the most it'll ever weigh, 19,000 pounds. That includes your dry weight, plus a few other things, plus your cargo carrying capacity, which is 3,750 pounds. That's your cargo. And then you have a different weight rating for the stuff in the back part of it. Most important number I tell people though is this one right here, 110 psi. That's what you're going to fill your tires up to. They may be printed on the tires a lower psi. Go off of what that says. I know 110 seems a lot, but that's what it needs to be at. I would encourage having a spare tire pressure gauge just before each trip, just giving a quick check to make sure it's at the right pressure. Docking lights here, you can turn these on or off for some LEDs right here and there, and 2 LEDs here, which will definitely help hooking up at night. Here, access to your generator, so you can take that panel off if you need to perform any maintenance. You could also start and stop it from out here if you needed to. And here, it's the easiest way to tell which drawer this is, since it's the only compartment that doesn't actually lock. It's your propane. Right here. They are filled, so you don't have to worry about getting them filled. This is your automatic changeover regulator here, so you see it's pointing that way. It's going to pull from this tank first. Once this one will get emptied, small diaphragm in here opens up, switches to this tank automatically. However, when it switches over, this does not move. It doesn't, so you don't have no way of knowing it switched over. So my recommendation is always just have one tank on, have the other one off. And if you notice the propane's getting low, turn the one you're using off, turn the new one on. Doing all that extra work is going to help you remember it's time to get a tank filled. And then some people put this in the middle thinking it's going to pull from both equally. It doesn't work that way. It's one or the other. There we go. Right here, access to your hydraulic fluid and the pump for the leveling system, and then that's pretty much it in here. There really isn't any storage or anything like that. Here, passive storage goes to the other side. This is where you can put any of the unruly children. You got all your hoses and whatnot for your built-in vacuum cleaner. You do have a light in here. This is your brain for the in-command system. Don't touch anything back there. Don't do anything with it. Leave that to us if anything is wrong. If you screw anything up, it could be difficult to trace the problem. Outdoor power, which is nice if you wanted to plug in a radio outside, even though there's outside speakers. Or if you wanted to, I believe there's outside speakers. There should be. Oh, no, not on this model. Oh, yes, there are over there. But plug in a radio or even a TV. You could plug a TV here and put a set of DVD player in here. Maybe watch a movie outside, which would be cool. This is a tank vent right here. So if you ever overflow your fresh tank, it's going to start squirting out here. Don't overflow your fresh tank, because you want to avoid stuff like that happening. You can use the monitoring panel on the inside to tell when it's full. Coming along. Nice big outdoor area. Oh, see, this has a TV in it. See, I was unknown about that. That's kind of cool. So you have a TV. Make sure you do strap it when you travel. Just like that. Light switch here for the lights in here. Mini fridge. This works like a traditional fridge. So if your camper is not plugged in, this won't work. But the nice thing about it is it will get colder faster than the RV refrigerator will. Pull this out. Remote. Drip tray. Outdoor grill. To light this, you just turn that. You just turn this, and you can hear the clicker. It clicks. And you just keep doing that till it's lit. However, you still have to pull this out. Grab this. Ooh, is this already? You gotta grab this propane line that's back here. It should be. Yep, right behind here. You can look up underneath here. There is a propane quick disconnect right there, and then you turn that black handle to open the valve, and then you can light the grill. That white tube right there, that is your drain to your fresh tank. So you just pull the handle out to drain it. Do it pretty quickly because it comes out pretty quick. That's the nice thing about these, is the fresh tanks drain pretty quick on them. Nope. And then you just make sure you stuff your propane line back in there. Sorry, it's difficult to do one-handed. Still not in there all the way. Makes that difficult to, there you go. Close her up. Easy peasy. Going on here, there's those outdoor speakers I was talking about. Back in the back. And that's pretty much it for the outside. We'll actually go into the back and work our way up towards the front. The back has regular steps on it. You can, if you'd like to in the future, upgrade to those types of steps. Coming in through here, wall of carpet to deal with what you choose. A ladder to get to the top bunk. Your bed lift is very easy to use. So you go right here, up or down. So you go down. In the interest of time, we won't go all the way down. But when you go all the way down, we're going to hold down. What will happen is everything goes together. The only thing that moves the bed is this. So the bed is just kind of free floating. Once you get down here and the bed gets to about here, the bed will stop moving and the couch will continue to go all the way down. At that point, you will lower all of your legs if you wanted to use it as a bed, so all points of contact are touching the ground. If not, if you just want to use a couch, you would just do these inside ones, so that leg and this leg. And then to fold it for a couch. So this is what locks it, the couch. Unlock it. Then this whole thing will just kind of flip and then flip again. Very easy to use. Another thing you could do is, inside one of these cupboards, I believe it's this one, there's pins you can put in here. And these holes right here, that one, and then all four corners, so over here. And then when you pin, and again on the other sides too, then you can pin that bed up. And then now when you lower it, it's just going to lower this part of it. So you can have more headroom if you're going to use it as a couch, as an area to eat in. Or, one other thing you do is have it up like this. Pull these pins, each corner. That one. Lift this up slightly. This whole thing up. Lift it up slightly. Pull it out this way. Now the whole thing will then swing down. So then the couches will be on the walls like that. And then that's another way you could do it. Again, unfortunately, since I can't open this because I don't have your guys' keys and don't have a buddy to help. You just fold it out. These grates unfold. They're super simple to use. The only thing holding them together is a little bit of Velcro. Just like this, it's not going to go anywhere when you're going down the road. But it'll flip out. One will flip out, then the side will slide out, lock into place. The other one will flip out, and then slide out, lock into place. And then on one edge of your thing, it's going to be probably on this side or the back. These steps can hook in, and there's hooks. You can't miss them. They kind of like notches. The step just locks into them notches, and then you have steps to get in your patio area, which is super cool. A lot of them don't have steps. Then you do have these doors here that you can just lock. So when you have it as a this area as a patio, you can leave that, get some breeze, and the kids can't escape or whatever. Keep in mind, these windows, these do slide up, so you can get rid of the screen part, so it's all enclosed. These aren't glass, they're plastic. So that way, since if they were glass, they won't get breaks from if you had like a toy in here that broke loose or whatever. Just be careful if you have kids from getting this tear if they run into it or whatnot. Light switches for exterior lights on the back and on the side. Light switch in here turns on and off the lights in here. Then awning controls for your awning on the side. Very nice. This thing does have two awnings. So one quite large one, and then I believe one closer to the front. And you do have a TV out here, which is pretty cool. You can unhook it, and then it'll swivel down to a lower level. So if you're sitting here as it says as a couch, you'd still be able to watch TV. Light switches in here, you just turn on and off at the light itself. Just click the button in the middle. Right in this corner is going to be a spot, if you choose to have a washer and dryer. And then you drill the hole in here for the vent. So that'd be cool. You'd be able to have a washer and dryer in here. The storage capacity for the cargo area, this area back here, is 3,000 pounds. So don't put a vehicle in here that weighs more than that back here. Coming back through here, more light switch. This one does decorative LEDs along the countertop, which is neat. This turns on and off the kitchen lights. This light and the one in the back, and then the one in the bedroom, all will always look like they're in the down position. They're like momentary switch, not momentary switches. They're just single position. It's because all the lights are also controlled by that touchscreen and command system. So that's why the switches are like that. Microwave works like a standard microwave. This one even is a convection. If you're not plugged in, this microwave will not work. Or if you're running off the generator, it'll work then too. Folding cooktop, very nice. The gas is off, so it may or may not light, but we'll give it a shot. Nope. But you just turn that to the flame, twist your sparker until your desired burner lights up. Then you guys are good to go. Light switch does the knobs, is also your oven light. And then your oven, to light that, you turn that to the flame, push and hold. As you're pushing and holding down on the flame, you're going to twist your sparker. And what you're trying to do is get that pilot in there to light. So that pilot does light off the sparker, which is cool. And then once that pilot is lit, you can then turn it to your desired temperature. There you go. If you're going to use it again in a few, when you turn it off, if you turn it to the flame, it shuts the burner off, leaves the pilot lit. Please make sure you turn that pilot off before you go to bed or before you leave your trailer unattended for an extended period of time. Here you got plenty of kitchen space, which is really nice. All kinds of cabinets and storage all throughout everywhere. This will give you more countertop space. When you want to use your sink, you just kind of roll it up. It's like a sushi mat. That's what I think it reminds me of. Just roll it out like that. RV refrigerator, super simple to use. Power on, so push and hold to turn it off. Push and hold to turn it on. Here's your mode selection. So if you look, there's a little plug with a flame next to it, and see how the plug is filled with black? That's letting you know this is letting you know it's on auto, and it's running on electric auto. Hit it again. Now it's just running on electric. So if this would have got unplugged, it will turn off. Now it's running on gas, so it'll run on for propane. I recommend just leaving it on auto. Auto's going to know when you need to. If the camper gets unplugged, it'll automatically switch to gas, save your food from getting spoiled. And then you do have a temperature setting here, right here. I usually leave it 7 to 9. We'll turn it off for now. Do have plenty of space and storage in here. Keep in mind, this is an RV refrigerator, so it does work a little bit different than a traditional refrigerator does. Whether you're running on gas or electric, this will take about 10 to 12 hours to get to operating temperature, about half a day. So plan your trips accordingly. If you can, plug in at home. Let it get cold the night before. So one of the things I really like about this Raptor is most of these seats, with the exception of that middle one, are heated, have lights, and are massaging. Just like that. So all of them do that. These two do that on the end, which is really nice. And then these end ones, the recliner, so you just pull up on that black thing to recline it. Same thing with this right here, and same thing with here. Light switches here. One on the top does some nice LEDs up there. One on the bottom turns on the actual slide-out lights. And then all of your shades in here are just kind of like these, which is nice. I like these better than some of the other ones. Outlet here, GFCI outlet. Again, all your GFCI outlets are connected, so that one and that one, if they were to trip, none of them will work. And then in the bathroom is usually where the reset is. So once we go in there, I'll show you where that is. Right below that is a carbon monoxide and propane gas alarm. So that's hardwired to the 12-volt system. There are no batteries you guys have to worry about changing. But if there's a carbon monoxide or propane leak, this will alarm. It'll sound like an actual alarm. If the batteries, if your onboard batteries, is the batteries I was just showing you in that compartment, if those were to start to die, this will give low voltage chirps. At first you may think it's an alarm. It's just chirping. It'll go chirp, and then again chirp. At that point, just plug the camper in, let those batteries charged up. If they can't get charged, then they're too dead to receive a charge. Plenty of storage in here. There's one thing I want to make sure you guys know where it is. Here's all your remotes for your TVs, for your radio, the radio remote right there. complimentary thing of tank cleaner, all that. Manuals, backups for your slide out, and that's just nothing. TV area, which is nice. Make sure, remember, I'm going to tell you guys this now. If something has the ability to just get strapped, make sure you strap it before you tow it. So this TV, that outdoor kitchen TV, the one in the back can get strapped. There might be some sliding doors that need strapped. Just make sure you do that before each trip or else something could get damaged. Your TV is hooked to this radio. This radio is also a DVD player. Hit the power button to turn it on. Here's your volume right here. So actually this isn't your volume. Yep, volume. Channels, so here. Change your channels. Pause play, so if you're going to use this as a DVD, again you can control it from the remote too. Different zones, so zone 1, hit it. So that 1 went away. So now the inside speakers in this area are off. Hit zone 2. Now it should, zone 2 is off. Now it should just be, yep, the outdoor speakers. So zone 3 is your exterior speakers. So it's telling me the only zone on is 3. So if you hit zone 3, turns it off. And then zone 2 is the back area, the toy hauler area. Excuse me. Different controls for settings. And you can Bluetooth your phone, make phone calls. Different selection, you can go to menu. You have presets here, 1 through 6 and whatnot. You hit Bluetooth. You can have Bluetooth your phone to this, AM, FM. You can listen to AM radio if you would want to. Disc/USB, so if you're USB in there, you can through your phone through that, or disc if you pop a DVD in there. It is a standard definition DVD player, not an HDMI DVD player. USB port, HDMI in will be unused. In the back of this radio, there'll be an HDMI cable if you wanted to. Now, could be wrong. We never, us techs, would never really go too deep into customizing radios for people. But usually this is a pass-through, so it just passes through the radio. So what you could do is, if you wanted to pull the radio out, snake something in through here, like a game console, like HDMI cord, plug it to the back of the radio, plug it into the TV. Then I believe if you had a console that you didn't want to always take with you, or a DVD player, Blu-ray, whatever, you can set it on the ground, plug it in through here, pass this through to the radio, into the TV. That way you don't have to pull the TV out and plug it directly in the TV every time you need to do something like that. Then you do have auxiliary and headphones. I'm doubting you guys will have headphones and use the radio off of headphones, but if you wanted to, you could, and there's an option available for that. Push and hold, turn the radio off, radio turns off. Keep in mind, if you save some of your radio channels with the presets, anytime you disconnect that battery, use that battery disconnect, take your battery out or whatever, it will reset all of your presets, and then you would then have to reprogram them. Fire extinguisher right here. There's also one in the back. Well, there should be one in the back. Yep, one in the back too. So you have 2 fire extinguishers. Right above you, that's a smoke alarm. That uses 9-volt batteries, so if those start giving you those chirps, you throw a new 9-volt in there. Right here, this is partially set up. This Furion Access Wi-Fi router. You go online, you order the Wi-Fi router, and then you pay Furion. So you go online, here's the steps to do right there. You pay them a monthly payment. I think it's like $60 a month for 10 gigs a month, just so you can have internet through here. You don't have to. If you have unlimited mobile data, that's going to be your best option. Just use your mobile data, and no need to make another monthly payment on this. This unit is pre-wired for solar, so this is where the solar monitoring panel would go. Light switches here. One on the left does the hall light. One on the right will do your island lights. This right here is a room temperature sensor. You might notice another one of these in the back, and there might even be one up in here for the bedroom. Type in the passcode. Oh, so right now your current passcode is all zeros. Should be. Hit 0 one more time. Yep. If you'd like to change that, go to settings. You go to passcode. Type in the current passcode, then it'll ask. Let's do that right now, actually. It'll ask what you want to do. Set a timer, change passcode, clear passcode, so there isn't a passcode. If you do change this passcode and take this camper in for work through us or anywhere else, Make sure you tell them what the passcode is so we can get in and get access to it. You can get to the Bluetooth menu. If you download the In Command app, you can open up the app, program the floor plan into this. Then you can make most of your controls off of your phone too. Settings, we already did that. Generator, go to generator. You can start and stop your generator. You can also schedule start and stop times for that too. Awnings, so you can do your front and rear awning from here. Again, there's also a control for that rear awning. Sorry, that control for that rear awning, and that's just from me misspeaking, and I apologize. This control for this rear awning I was showing you up in here is for the awning that's in the back, this way. There's an awning that can come out that way. And the other controls on the In Command are for these awnings over here. So I apologize for misspeaking. Coming up through here. So you can control the two side awnings from here, and then the awning lights on and off from here as well. Come back, slides, you can control all your slide outs from here, in and out from here. Lights, you can do bedroom lights, night lights, which are these, just some of the lights that, some of these lights will turn on at night. No, they won't turn on at night, but you can turn them on so when you're walking through here at night, it doesn't turn all the lights on and wake everyone up. Main living lights, garage lights, and then again, you can also control awning lights from this menu too. Hitch, you can raise and lower the front of the camper from the hitch. HVAC here, so your bedroom AC, turn it on. Cool, fan or cool. Fan is just going to run the fan. Cool is going to run the AC. Then you have modes, auto, low, and high. I recommend running on a high auto. It's going to allow the compressor and the AC to cycle on and off at your set temperature. So if you have it set to, let's say, 62, once it hits 62, the compressor will shut off, and then as it starts warming up, it'll kick back on again. If you're just running on low or high, once it reaches 62, it'll continue to run, and it'll eventually freeze up and then shut itself off. Again, schedule start and stop times. Go over one, main living AC, same thing for the AC. You have one more option, which is heat. Let's go back to heat. Your only source is gas. Again, your fan mode, auto, high, low. And then your temperature settings here. You do have vent, open, close, and off. For a vent, that vent above the kitchen, right there, you can see it right over here. This is too high for you guys to get to from the ground. The controls for it are built into your In Command touchscreen, which is really nice. Again, fan mode works the same for that too. Again, schedule start, stop, and times. Then you have one more mode, which is auto. The neat thing about auto is you can have this, let's say, set to 68. Let's say during the day it's like 90. So it'll know it needs to run the AC because it's 90 degrees. But let's say at night it drops to 40. Then it knows it needs to run the furnace to bring it up to 68 degrees. So it knows. And again, start and stop. Hit over again. Then you have your controls for your garage AC. So you can run all three ACs at once if you need to. I just recommend 2 at a time though. Very simple. You have your controls for your water pump, on or off here. Water pump is if you want to pump water from that onboard storage of water, that fresh tank. Then you'd have the water pump on. Water heater, turn that on. You have gas, and electric. Make sure if you're running electric, whether it's electric or gas and electric, that there's water in the water heater. Or you could burn out that heating element, which isn't any good. You could also turn on and off your main interior lights from here. So all the main bedroom lights, all the main interior lights, all the main rear lights will turn on and off. But any extra lights like LEDs or accent lightings that are on, they will not get turned off from this menu. You can also turn on and off your exterior lights, and then you do have some security lights there too. And then the nice thing is you can measure the charge. So if you have 13.2 to 13.6, your battery is charging. You can then read how full your fresh, your black, your gray 1, gray 2, and fuel are. So you can read how full that auxiliary tank is, how full that is, which is nice. And that's pretty much it for the In Command system. We'll kind of go through here. Here's your main bedroom. So speaking of gray tank 2, gray 2 is your kitchen sink. So anything that drains out of your kitchen sink will drain into the second gray tank. Gray 1 is going to be anything that comes out of in here. Oh, and then also your washer and dryer will drain to gray 2 too. Toilet, very simple. As long as you're pushing the pedal, it turns on and off. The nice thing about this toilet is it's porcelain. Light switch for the bathroom in here. One on the right will do. Sorry. this fan, I believe. Yep. So turn that fan on. I always recommend opening this up and running the fan anytime you're taking a shower. Shower doors do lock open like this. Make sure you unlock them when you want to use it, and then lock them when you travel. Shower head is adjustable for height. Turn it on and off at the head. The swivel, take it off, get to the hard to reach spots. This is a very nice shower. It's nicer than my one in my apartment. Good amount of storage in here for extra laundering items, whatever you guys keep in the bathroom. A nice countertop here. Nice stainless sink. Again, this drains into gray tank 1 along with the shower here. And then the toilet drains to the black tank. Big old medicine cabinet here too. And then light switch here does this decorative lighting around that cabinet. Here is your main GFCI. So if any GFCI would have tripped, this is the one you're going to come and hit reset on. Speaking on these sliding doors, like I was talking about earlier, this is a sliding door. When you travel, do make sure it's locked like that so it doesn't swing all over the place when you turn and whatnot. Again, even here, again, it does lock. Same thing with that. Make sure you do strap it down when you travel. Emergency exit, very simple to use. Lift up, push out. If you want to use it as a normal window, go like that. If it is an emergency, you lift up and push all the way out, and then jump out the window. Bed. You have dual USBs over there, dual outlet there, another outlet over here, and then lights above the bed, just like those are the lights you click on and off there. This wardrobe is a slide out. It does move in and out. Just make sure you don't have anything of these drawers open when you close your slide. Make sure there's nothing in the way when you close the slide either. And then a remote for the TV in here. And this will be like your closet for any clothes you need to hang up. That's what's nice about these Raptors is a lot of these have closets with a lot of storage space, but that's where they put the plumbing for the washer and dryer, so then you lose out in cabinet space. That's what's nice about the Raptors is you can keep it in the back and you won't lose any storage space. Alright. Well, that pretty much includes the interior of the video walk. Oh, I'm back. So we're going to do our leveling system. The first thing you want to do when you have your leveling system is just make sure your steps aren't actually out. I always recommend having them closed. The nice thing about these steps is they're on struts, so they're easy to do one-handed. The thing is, if you have the steps down, making contact with the ground, and it needs to make an adjustment really far this way, or really far forward, since the steps touching the ground, it could twist and warp, so you don't want to do that. So, for the leveling system, I always recommend doing them with the slides open so it can compensate for the weight of the slides. So turn this on, and hit auto level. We gotta hit and hold it, actually. So it'll kind of get it as close as it can, front to back. Might make a little tweaks, and then it'll run all the rest of the jacks, do a little bit more tweaking, and then it'll say auto level success. Now it's doing all the other jacks. See? So that, let's do a little bit more tweaking, and then it'll say done, and then I'll show you guys how to undo it. It takes a little bit. When this is running, you don't want, if you have children or pets, just make sure they're not running around in there. When you're doing the leveling system, it can throw the computer, which tells it when it is level, off because of the multiple times weight is being shifted. Oh, so now it says auto level success. So auto level does work. So your first instinct is if you go to this menu and you'll see this button called auto retract. Press enter to begin. You don't want to do that because it will retract all of the jacks. Next thing you know, your camper's doing a nosedive. So you go. So you're just gonna go ahead here, hit left and right at the same time. That's what the thing says. Left and right at the same time. Oh, that feature has been disabled on this model. See, good thing we know that. Even though it says it right here, on this model, that feature has been disabled. So, to retract your rear jacks, you're going to hit this retract button. See the light turns on? Then you're just going to hit and hold rear. And all of your rear jacks are going to retract. See that one slowly going up? You can hear the pitch change. Right now this is telling me it's not level, but the jacks are down. It's because it isn't level, because we just raised the rear jacks. They're all up, so you can see. Just do a quick, make sure they're all up, then you're good to go. Then now if you need to hook this onto your truck, let's say your truck needs to go a little bit higher to get onto your truck. So you're just gonna hit front. Unless it needs to go lower, then you're gonna hit retract and then hit front again. Then you can that's how you would get it on your truck. And then that's how you would do it. Now once you're hooked up to your truck, then you can use your auto retract all button, which will just automatically retract the front jacks. And that's how you use your leveling system. Make sure you turn it off when you're done. Alright, now we're completely finished with your walkthrough. When you guys come to pick this camper up, it'll be either at the side of the building or up at the front. All ready for you guys to take it. Hope you guys found the video walk informative. Hope you guys enjoy using this camper. I really do like these Raptors. I love the toy haulers. I like how everything works with it. So hope you folks do too. Alright, goodbye.